Hi, I'm Anna, and this is my December book haul.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, been wondering just what
Okay,
you
today I'm going to show you
mean.
the books I got along the month of December, and I went crazy because it's the first time in ages I can get this many books. This is one of the things I mentioned on my things I'm grateful for related to books, and let's start. Mrs. McGinty's Dead by Agatha Christie. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Yes, I got this. I'm so happy. Hollow City, that was out of stock in the country, out of stock on the website. I went to the bookstore and voila, it was there. So yeah, I couldn't just leave it there. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Last Olympian. This is the last one in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. Dumpling by Julie Murphy. I got this one because it was recommended by Steph from Steph Loves. She absolutely loved it, and I saw it on discount. The View from the Cheap Seats by Neil Gaiman. He is my favorite narrator of all time so far. Him and Terry Pratchett. So I was so happy. I saw this one also at a discount in the same bookstore, and I just didn't want to stop myself. This is A Winter's Promise, that in Spanish was Los Novios del Invierno. I don't know what the original title in French is, but it is by Crystal Debus, and it is the first one in the series. I don't know the name of the series in English. It's something about mirrors in Spanish, but I don't know how to translate this term. So I'll look for it and I'll add the title, the name of the series somewhere. Pax by Sarah Pennypacker. Stephen King's 11/22/63 in English, so I was very happy because it was at a good price. But this is so tiny. I'm scared now. But I love Stephen King. Stephen King's Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Umberto Eco in Italian, L'isola del giorno prima. L'isola del giorno prima. And I was so excited because it's not common to get books in Italian in the country. So Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I hadn't been able to read this one because I couldn't get it in English, and I like to read in the original language. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. I have, as already said, I like to get into books blind. I have no idea, but I've heard great things about this one. The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Mrs. McGinty's Dead by Agatha Christie. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. And The Golem and the Genie by Helen Wecker. And then from Bookworm, which is a bookstore that sells only books in English in Bogota. It's just an amazing place. It's an independent bookstore that actually has a nice story, because they had two bookstores and they both had to close down because of the pandemic, and they just reopened in a different spot, so go check them out. From there I got The Song of Achilles by Madeleine Miller, The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett, Musicophilia by Oliver Sacks, and The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I'm not going to describe this one because I think everyone knows already what this is about. It's so famous that you either love it or hate it, but I'm really dying to get into it. I think I'm going to love it. I hope I'm going to love it. Then this one is a non-fiction. Oliver Sacks was a neurologist obsessed with art. So in his books, he mainly talks about neurological disorders related to art that affect your perception. He also has a great sense of humor. He was British, actually, and he was the doctor with the smallest ego I've ever seen or heard of. He was also a musician, so I see this one as very promising. And you could really understand neurological disorders without knowing anything about the brain or having studied anything related to it, so highly, highly recommended. Then The Vanishing Half goes The Vigneux sisters will always be identical, but after growing up together in a small southern black community and running away at age 16, it's not just the shape of their daily lives that is different as adults. It's everything, including their racial identities. Many years later, one sister lives in her black daughter in the same southern town she once tried to escape. Across the country, the other secretly passes for white, and her white husband knows nothing of her past. Still, although separated by so many miles and just as many lies, the fates of the twins remain intertwined. What will happen when their own daughter's storyline intersect? Weaving together multiple strands and generations from the deep south to California, from the 1950s to the 1990s, The Vanishing Half is at once a riveting, emotional family story and a brilliant exploration of race, gender and identity, and the lasting influence of the past as it shapes a person's desire and expectations. So that's it for me today. That was my December book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, and let me know which books you got for Christmas. I hope you're having a beautiful holiday so far, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve and starting of the new year. Bye!
Oh, Christmas tree. Honestly, it's never been much of